Everyone warned her not to enter that cursed cave, but the poor princess still touched the glowing machine.
Welcome to Dreamland Tales.
Once upon a time, in a small forgotten kingdom, there lived a poor princess named Liyana. She lived in a tiny wooden hut at the edge of a dark forest. Her father had lost the kingdom long ago in a cruel war. Since then, they lived in poverty but never lost hope. Liyana was kind, gentle, and full of dreams. She always believed something magical would change her life. One day, while walking in the forest, she heard a strange humming sound. The sound came from deep inside an old abandoned cave. Curious, she slowly stepped inside the cave. Inside, she saw a glowing machine covered in ice crystals. The machine looked like an ice cream maker, but magical. It sparkled with blue and silver lights. A golden sign above it read, "Wish Cream Machine." Liyana touched it carefully with trembling hands. Suddenly, the machine spoke in a soft voice. "Only a pure-hearted princess may awaken me," it said. Liyana stepped back in shock but then smiled bravely. The machine began to glow brighter and stronger. "What is your wish?" the machine asked. Liyana thought deeply about her poor life. She said softly, "I want happiness for my people." The machine paused for a moment. Then it started spinning rapidly. Ice crystals floated in the air like stars. Suddenly, it produced a glowing ice cream cone. But this was no ordinary ice cream. It shimmered with golden light. The machine said, "This ice cream grants magical wishes." Liyana held it carefully in her hands. She ran back to her village excitedly. The villagers were weak and hungry. She gave them the magical ice cream. As they ate it, their faces lit up with joy. Flowers began blooming everywhere. Broken houses started rebuilding themselves. The land turned green and beautiful again. But something strange also began to happen. Liyana started having magical dreams. In her dreams, the machine spoke again. "Every wish has a price," it warned. Liyana woke up worried but stayed brave. The kingdom was now happy and peaceful. But a dark shadow was growing in the forest. An evil sorceress had sensed the machine's power. She wanted the wish cream machine for herself. One night, she attacked the village. Darkness covered the sky. The villagers were scared again. Liyana ran to the forest cave. She stood before the machine. "I need help," she said. The machine responded, "True courage activates final magic." The machine transformed into a glowing ice palace. Liyana was surrounded by floating ice crystals. She felt new power inside her. The sorceress entered the cave. She laughed loudly and wickedly. "This machine will be mine," she shouted. Liyana stood firm, not afraid. The machine chose Liyana as its true master. Ice energy surrounded her body. She raised her hand and created a shield of ice cream light. The sorceress attacked with dark magic. Light and darkness clashed violently. The cave shook with power. Liyana remembered her people's happiness. She focused all her hope into one final wish. "Protect my kingdom forever," she said. The machine exploded into golden light. A massive wave of magic spread across the land. The sorceress disappeared into shadows. The cave turned into a crystal palace. Liyana became the guardian ice princess. The machine now lived inside her heart. She returned to her kingdom shining with power. The villagers cheered for their princess. She smiled softly, still humble and kind. She promised to protect them always. Ice flowers bloomed wherever she walked. Children laughed and played happily. The kingdom became famous as the Ice Cream Kingdom. Magical desserts appeared everywhere. Liyana never used her power for selfish wishes. She only used it to help others. One day, a traveler came to the kingdom. He told stories of distant lands suffering. Liyana felt sadness in her heart. She decided to spread magic beyond her kingdom. The ice cream machine spirit guided her. Kindness is the true magic, it said. Liyana traveled across mountains and seas. She helped poor villages everywhere. Each time she created magical ice cream. Each flavor healed a different problem. Hope spread across the world. But the machine warned her one last time. Your power must remain balanced, it said. Liyana understood the sacrifice. She limited her magic wisely. Peace returned everywhere she went. Years passed, and she became a legend. People called her the Ice Cream Princess. Songs were sung about her kindness. Statues were built in her honor. Yet she remained simple and humble. She often visited her old hut. She remembered her poor childhood. The machine still glowed inside her heart. It only awakened when needed. One day, a new threat appeared. A storm of fire approached the kingdom. Liyana stood ready once again. She created a giant ice shield. Fire and ice clashed in the sky. The kingdom trembled but survived. Liyana's power grew stronger. But she felt tired after the battle. The machine spoke softly again. Even light needs rest, it said. Liyana smiled and agreed. She finally chose peace over power. She sealed the machine's strongest magic. Only small miracles remained. The kingdom became naturally beautiful. No more great wars or disasters came. Liyana lived peacefully with her people. She often made simple ice cream for children. They loved her more than a queen. The legend of the machine faded into myth. But its magic still lived quietly. In every smile of happiness. In every act of kindness. Liyana became a symbol of hope. She taught that power must serve love. And love must never be selfish. The forest cave remained frozen forever. But it was now a sacred place. People visited it with respect. They believed the machine still watched them. Liyana grew old but wise. Her heart stayed young forever. She passed her story to children. So they would never forget kindness. One day, she disappeared in a soft snow glow. Some say she became part of the magic itself. The kingdom never cried for her. Because she was always present in spirit. Ice flowers still bloom in spring. And gentle winds whisper her name. The ice cream machine sleeps peacefully. Waiting for another pure heart. To awaken its gentle magic again. But only when the world truly needs it. The legend continues forever. In stories told at night. In dreams of children. In the heart of the kingdom. Liyana's kindness never dies. Her magic never fades. And her story inspires generations. A poor princess became a legend. Through courage and kindness alone. Not through wealth or power. But through love for others. The magical ice cream machine remains a mystery. Some say it was never just a machine. But the spirit of hope itself. Watching over the world silently. Waiting for kindness to awaken it. The forest still glows at night. With soft blue light. Reminding everyone of Liyana. The ice cream princess. Who turned poverty into magic. And fear into hope. The end of her story. Is only the beginning of belief. That miracles exist. For those who are pure at heart. And brave in spirit. Liyana's name is never forgotten. Her kingdom thrives in peace. Her magic lives in silence. The ice cream machine sleeps on. Guarding ancient secrets. Waiting for destiny. The world remains grateful. For the poor princess who changed everything. With one wish and one machine. She proved kindness is the strongest magic. And love is the greatest power. The stars still shine brighter above her kingdom. As if celebrating her legacy. Every snowflake carries her memory. Every breeze tells her story. And every heart feels her presence. The ice cream princess lives forever. In magic, in hope, in love. And her story will never end. Because true magic never dies.
Do you want the next story? Tell me in comments.